Corporate Chanakya. This book is divided into three parts, which is leadership, management and training. Totally it contains 175 chapters, and the leadership part, which is part 1, consists of 70 chapters in all. As I have always told that this is a very simple book and each chapter only takes 3 minutes to read. So I am going to talk about part 1, which is leadership. Leadership, this section itself is divided into a lot of subtopics. So what are the subtopics in the leadership section? They are power, qualities of a leader, competition, people, and what to avoid. So these are different subsections under which the chapters get formulated. The first impression that most of the people get is that this chapter or this section is only meant for leaders. It is not. It is also for those who are potential leaders and who aspire to be leaders. So it doesn't matter whether you're the chairman of a company or the general of an army or the let's say the dean or the head of a university. Maybe you are very small, but I personally believe that if you start thinking big, and interestingly, if you start thinking like a leader from day one, leadership qualities come to you. So the first subsection, which is power, leadership is about power. So what are different dimensions of power that Chanakya talks about in the Arthashastra has been simplified in the section of power. Next, of course, is the qualities of a leader. There are different qualities of a leader that everybody talks about. Irrespective of which field you come from, which industry you come from, the qualities of the leaders are the same. For example, total alertness. Then what should an entrepreneur do? A newly beginning person who wants to set up an empire or institution. Then ethics in business. I think this is one of the most talked about subjects, ethics in leadership. And of course, it also talks about succession planning. So I am the leader, but what about my next generation? The next section is about competition. I personally believe that competition, the next step is collaboration. If you read these chapters, apart from competition which is cutthroat and you versus me, there is also a possibility of you and me. So here competition is not just the rivalry competition, but it's also collaboration. So there are a lot of chapters on that. And one more section is on people. You cannot be a leader till you are connected with the people. It's a very important dimension of a leader to get connected to the people. In fact, the Arthashastra, Chanakya says, Praja sukhe sukham rajnyaha praja cha hite hitam. If the king has to be a good king, he has to be connected to the people. And in the happiness of the people is the happiness of the king. The last section in the leadership part is what to avoid. There are a lot of leadership books which tell what a leader should do, but here there are 10 chapters which tells what a leader should not do. And a lot of readers have actually written to me and spoken to me and told me this very interesting feedback that most of the topics that Chanakya is telling to avoid is something that we believe our boss should not do. So if you want to be a boss or a good mentor or a good senior in your own organization, read about leadership aspects of Chanakya. I once again say that this is simplified version of the Arthashastra which a common man can also connect. Thanks. Do read Corporate Chanakya. This is author Radhakrishnan Pillai. Good.